Hello everybody, my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a big part of my life, and today we're talking about the In the Heights film. Now, I went to just go and see the In the Heights film and I loved it, no surprise. But this video, so obviously spoilers, is going to be all about me talking about it, what I liked, what I thought like could have been better, and you know, all that stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I just want to start off by saying, like, I really like this film. It's the first time I've been to the cinema in a while, literally ages. So it was nice to just go back, and I was quite emotional, especially because it's a musical and it's very close to my heart. But I also wanted to say I didn't really know In the Heights before I went to go and watch the film. So I knew a couple of songs. I knew Breathe, I knew Benny's Dispatch, I love that song, and I knew Blackout. Yeah, but other than that, I don't think I really knew anything else, and so I was going into it quite blind, and so I'm not entirely sure like what's different from the musical and the film. I did Google it because I was curious about certain things that were different, but overall it's kind of the same, but there are some things that have been changed. So even though I know it's not all about like the songs, I'm going to go through in song order because like they're virtually the same from the musical, basically. But one thing I knew that was different was that they actually took some songs out. I know they took out Sunrise. They took out Nina's mother completely from the story. She's not in it at all. And they took out a couple more stuff. So if we start with the opening number, I loved it. It's great. I think I love how like it's like the keys and then like they're like drums, like the things of the street like make the music. I think that's very cool. This was the song where I got the most Hamilton vibes, I think, because like there's this shot and he's like singing in the window and there's like a reflection of loads of people and they're all doing like a dance. It's very Hamilton, and also like the breaks in the song very Hamilton. My mum said, sorry mum, I'm writing you out, but you said something nice about it, so. She said that she could tell that this musical was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, which I thought was really interesting. I was like, because I didn't know that. I didn't like feel that really, except from in this song, even though I knew it was written by him. But like, you get what I mean. First number, great. Like, it feels very community. That's one thing I love about this film. Like, it's such a sense of community, like togetherness, like, it's great. Benny's Dispatch. I love Benny's Dispatch. It's so underrated, criminally underrated. And I love the guy who plays Benny. Benny's character as a whole, I don't think there's a whole lot of development, which I think is a bit of a problem. But like, I love Benny's Dispatch. I don't know why I like it so much. I just do. And it's great. Next song is Breathe, I'm pretty sure. I knew Breathe before. I love Breathe. It's a very relatable song for me. I feel like I relate a lot to what's being said in that song, and therefore I always liked it more. I did notice there was a couple of option downs, which I was like, I'd like to do the option up, but you know, it's just a little thing. It's not like a big deal or anything. Also, it was like, I don't know, it was just weird to me, like, seeing that song in the context of the show, because that song very much plays as context for that character, because it's literally the first time we see her and she's singing the solo. It felt very theatre, because songs are used to advance, like, plot and character, and that song literally does that for her massively, so they don't have to explain anything, basically. These are probably not going to be in order, because the order I seem to have doesn't seem to be the same order as the thing, but, like, oh well. So it won't be long now. I didn't realise how much Vanessa was important to the story. First of all, I just want to say this, I don't think she looks like a Vanessa. Like, she's the one person where I'm like, you do not look like the character that you're playing. Like, she plays the character very well. I'm not saying that. I just don't think she herself looks like the name Vanessa. That's what I'm trying to say there. Like, she was really good. And that song, I didn't know any of the context of that song. I'd heard it like once or twice. So then hearing it, I was like, okay, this makes a lot more sense now. And again, I guess they did kind of tied up at the end with her having like this like fashion store, I guess, but like at the same time, like I wanted to be a bit more successful, but I guess it's not really realistic, but whatever. Like, I wanted to become some, like, big-ass fashion designer, which it happens, you know, but I don't know. I guess it wouldn't have really fit the style of the show, but oh well. Also, when the fabric comes, like, they have, like, CGI fabric that, like, comes over the buildings, it looks cool, but the entire time I was just like, that's just CGI. I think it would have honestly looked cooler. I mean, I don't know how they would have done it, because it would have been so much material. They would have, like, I don't know, dropped really long pieces of material off, like, the actual buildings. I think that would have looked cooler, but that would have been absolute pain to shoot, so like, I don't blame them. No me diga. Right. So, I had never heard this song before, except from this slight snippet that's in, it's a TikTok trend at the moment, and it's very catchy, and I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's very, like, fun. I don't know why they added in another character. There's, like, another person in the salon. I don't know why she exists. She doesn't really do anything in the show, in the film, sorry. So I don't know why she's in it, but whatever. It's not my choice. But no me diga. Can't speak. No me diga. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. That's how they sing it, but my pronunciation's dodgy and I'm not Latino, so, you know. Fun song. Not really much to say other than that, I think. 96,000. This makes a lot more sense in context, because I only knew, like, the phrase 96,000, you know how they keep saying it at the beginning. Didn't know really any more than that, so it makes a lot more sense in context that it's about the lottery. And, like, I like how it's at the pool. I think it was a fun new location as opposed to just being in the street, because that's where the majority of the stuff has been so far. And I liked how the person who ended up winning the lottery, me not knowing, like, what happened in the show, I liked how you didn't find out straight away and it left you to guess, and, like, you were still guessing, but I guessed the wrong person. But, you know, overall, a good song, very jazzy. All the dancers in this show, I keep saying show, it's a film. It's a film. All the dancers in the film, crazy talented. I love the choreography as well, that was really nice. But yeah, good song overall. Piragua. Sorry, I know quite a bit of French, so every time I see an R, I'm like Piragua, which is nowhere near. Just ignore. I feel like Piragua was just Lin-Manuel, can't say his name quickly, Lin-Manuel Miranda's time to shine. He was like, I wrote this show, I helped produce this show, I'm going to have my moment. And he did. Was it relevant? No, not at all, but he wrote it, he can kind of do what he likes, to be fair. And it was nice to see Chris Jackson, the original Benny, as, I think he was an ice cream man, and it was fun to see them two get annoyed at each other. I like that, that was funny. There's a song in here called When You're Home. I think this was a duet. I want to say between Nina and Benny. I think I remember what was happening, but I don't remember what the song sounds like, but it was nice. That's all I can say because I don't remember. Blackout. Right. The original Broadway cast recording of Blackout, Chef's Kiss. It's great. They cut half the song, okay? Cut half the song. I love this song. It's one of my favourite songs. And they cut half of it. And I know they added that bit in. I know you've probably heard it on TikTok if you're near my age. It's a good part that they added in, but they cut out so much. You didn't need to let one storyline suffer at the expense of another. I had to say that because it's such a good song. Like, such a good song. Like, the harmony's nice. Like, the whole feel is, like, so nice. Oh. And they just cut half of it. It wasn't necessary. You could have done the whole thing. It was fine. I'm just saying. Paciencia y fe. I probably pronounced that wrong. I did just Google it to see if I could pronounce it right. But I tried. I'm just saying I tried. This song. I think it's because you have the context. And you know what's coming. Because you see Abuela Claudia, who is precious and wonderful and brilliant. And she's lying on the bed. And you're like, this isn't good. This isn't good at all. I know what's coming. Oh, I'm gonna stop crying. Oh, I can't deal with it. Basically, this song, right? You know what's coming, and then they do it. I'm not okay. Why is it whenever they need a conflict in a film, they make old people die? It's not okay. I don't want to go through that emotional torment. I can't deal with it. Oh, I hate it. Like, it's written so well, and it's done so well, but like, it kills me. It actually kills me. She sings it wonderfully, gotta say. And the whole, like the whole, journey that you see. The journey that you see within that song is just, it's done so well. And like the idea of working like so hard and like not achieving your dreams is very relatable. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'm just gonna cry. So yeah. Carnaval de Barrio. I like it, it's fun. I like how they talk about all the different like communities, and you see all the different flags. Like you see a Cuban flag, you see a Mexican flag, you see a Puerto Rican flag, like you see all, like you see a Dominican Republic flag, you see all the flags of all the different people who live in this community, which I really like. And I also know the other bit from TikTok. Like I said, TikTok helped me know a couple more songs. You know the one like, oh, my mom is Dominican Cuban, my dad's from Chile and PR, which means I'm Chile, Dominican, Rican, but I always say I'm from Queens. Sorry, I like that bit. It's fun. It's really fun loving. We have lesbians too. We stan. Although the one weird thing about them was there is a bit of an age gap. Like that was the one thing, because I wasn't sure. Like I was like probably, but I wasn't sure just because of the age gap. And I know you can have big age gaps, but they just looked quite different in age, and I was like, I can't tell. Probably, but I'm not sure. But we stan the lesbians. Gotta say. Then we had Alabanza, pretty nice. I almost cried again because I was like, oh, not this again, just move past it. I'm trying to, so can you. But yeah, it's really pretty. That's a really pretty song. Champagne is fine. It's kind of cute. It's kind of romantic. I like how it's an entire song dedicated around trying to get the thing off the cork of the champagne. I'm like, you know, it's unique and it's pretty, and it's nice for them too because it finally like it hits like where they need to be in their relationship at that point, if that makes sense. So that one's fine. Then when the sun goes down, I gotta be honest, it was really forgettable. Like the only thing I really remember was that they're basically like dancing. It's Nina and Benny and they're dancing on the walls of a building. I don't know why, they just are. Like the song wasn't bad by any means, I just don't really remember how it went. It felt very generic. It didn't feel very like In the Heights to me. It just felt like it could be in any kind of show, but whatever. You know, you can't like them all. And then we had the finale where, you know, it was a good song. I got to be honest, I don't remember either. But I was emotional, so I wasn't really thinking about it. There's a couple of things I do want to say about like the actual like show parts that I would have either changed or that I liked. So at the end, they introduce Sonny, who's Usnavi's cousin. He's his younger cousin. You find out that he's an illegal immigrant and that he needs a green card. And you basically find out that Abuela Claudia, she won the $96,000, or I think it's dollars, I'd assume it's dollars, American dollars, and she gave it to Usnavi, and Usnavi was paying for a lawyer who's also new. They added him in, and so that Manny could get his green card. But then they never really resolve that. They just kind of leave it be. Don't know why. We also don't find out what happened to Benny or Nina's dad, or I feel like there was someone else that they didn't like close the stories off, because we got Nina who went back to Stanford, we got Usnavi and Vanessa who ended up being together and having a child. You know, like that, like they closed off their stories but didn't close off them all, and I'm like, you probably should have done that. Two, they put in subtitles sometimes, not all the time, just sometimes, and I'm just like, you don't need them. We as an audience aren't a part of that community, like for the most part. Like I'm assuming, I mean, I'm not saying all people, but there's a lot of people watching who aren't going to be Latino, and so the Latino people will understand and feel like a part of that community, and the people didn't. We still can figure out what it's saying by the reactions of the other characters, so I just felt like it wasn't necessary. I wasn't really bothered by it, but they didn't even do it all the time, it's just some of the time, so I was like, why? But you know, whatever. I really did like the film, and I thought it was really fun, and you know, it was a really nice show, and I liked how they give little cameos of like Chris Jackson and Lin-Manuel Miranda's parents are there, and like I did really like this film, and I can see why they wanted to make it into a film, because it has this like brightness to it, and it's a very bright, there's not a lot of like dark shots other than in the blackout, but it's still like illuminated colourfully, so I think that's really nice. I don't know why people were surprised that Usnavi was speaking to his daughter the whole time, because halfway through the film the girl says daddy to him, like, and then she says it again at the end. Like everyone was really surprised. They say it halfway through. I don't know why it's surprising at the end when she says it again, unless people just weren't really paying attention. But you know, that was a different way that they went about it in the musical as opposed to the film. Like, they are different, and, you know, it was a long film. It was over 2 hours, and they still didn't fit everything in, so it just shows how full this show is. And, you know, they covered some really heavy themes, especially in, like, you know, discrimination and things, and it is really eye-opening, and it's really interesting because obviously if you have privilege then you don't really think about it, which, you know, is just kind of sad, and it's sad that our world is that way. But it's a great film, and I'd really recommend you going and watching it. You know, it's good, and you feel good, and it's so nice to see this community of people, you know, bringing this musical to life in such a wonderful way. But I think that's kind of all I have to say about it. I can't think of anything else in particular which I really wanted to mention. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like it if you liked it, hopefully you did. Subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you in the next one.